श्यामानंद प्रभु का आविर्भाव दिवस।
याद नहीं आ रहा है। श्यामानंद प्रभु और एक और कोई जन।
अच्छा कोई होंगे। श्याम प्रभु उनका श्रीमन महाप्रभु के अंतर्धान होने के करीब करीब 50 वर्ष बाद, 60 वर्ष बाद, माने 1640 में हुआ था ये उत्सव, जहाँ श्यामानंद प्रभु, श्री श्रीनिवास पंडित और श्री गौतम ठाकुर, ये तीनों की तीनों वृंदावन से सारे आचार्यों की ग्रंथ लेकर के तब तक सब अंतर्धान हो गए थे। रूप सनातन सब अंतर्धान हो गए थे। महाप्रभु के अंतर्धान होने के करीब करीब 50-60 वर्ष बाद महाप्रभु 90 में अंतर्धान हुए, विक्रम संवत में। और 1540 में वो उत्सव हुआ था, वो जो गौतम ठाकुर के जन्मभूमि पर खेतुड़ी में उत्सव हुआ था। करीब करीब 50 वर्ष बाद वो उत्सव हुआ। और उस समय सब लोग अंतर्धान हो गए थे और उनके सारे ग्रंथों को लेकर के तीनों जन पधारे और तीनों का ये पुनः आविर्भाव, आवेश अवतार। श्री श्रीवास पंडित ये आवेश अवतार हैं श्री महाप्रभु के। श्रीनिवास पंडित, श्रीवास नहीं, श्रीनिवास, ये महाप्रभु के आवेश अवतार हैं। श्री नरोत्तम नित्यानंद प्रभु के और श्री श्यामानंद ये श्री अद्वैताचार्य। हाँ, तीनों के आवेश अवतार होते हैं। तीनों प्रभुओं के फिर दोबारा ये आवेश अवतार तीनों के। और श्री श्यामानंद प्रभु जो हैं वो श्यामानंद प्रभु के ही शिष्य हो करके फिर जब श्री रसकानंद प्रभु, रसकानंद प्रभु तो वैसे महाविष्णु माने श्री महाविष्णु अवतार होकर के, अनिरुद्ध के अवतार होकर के, अनिरुद्ध के अवतार होकर के, माने शंकर श्री प्रद्युम्न अनिरुद्ध, तो अनिरुद्ध अवतार होकर के तो रसकानंद प्रभु विराजमान। तो बड़ी और एक तरह से खेतड़ी उत्सव जब हुआ तो खेतड़ी उत्सव के द्वारा ही श्री महाप्रभु का जगत में विशेष रूप से स्थापन हुआ। और खेतड़ी उत्सव के में ही एक तरह से ये समझा जा सकता है कि जैसे चैतन्य चरितामृत का ये जितने भी ग्रंथ श्री महाप्रभु से संबंधित, इनका फर्स्ट रिसाइटमेंट उस समय हुआ। प्रथम एक तरह से वहां पर महाप्रभु के चरित्र को तो एक तरह से वो जैसे माने इन ग्रंथों का भी पहली बार जो डिस्प्ले है वो उस समय पहली बार वो उसका जो तो ऐसा ही समझना चाहिए। और वहीं से फिर ये ग्रंथ सब प्रकट हुए खेतड़ी उत्सव के बाद। खेतड़ी उत्सव के बाद में लिख तो गए थे परंतु उनको कहीं श्री प्रभु के अर्पण या लोकार्पण जैसे भी कहे तो वो एक तरह से वो उत्सव का एक। और
किसके लिखे हुए थे?
हाँ, जी गोस्वामी जी के भी हो सकते हैं और रूप सनातन के भी थे। ये तीनों माने रूप गोस्वामी जी का ललित नारद दान की कौमुदी भक्त स्वामी सिंधु। So all these works he carried from they 3 persons carried from here, and there was the reincarnation of Shri respectively Shri Raskar, Shri Srinivas Srinivas Acharya. So he is the reincarnation of Shri Mahaprabhu and Avesh of Shri Mahaprabhu. Shri Narottam Thakur, he is the Avesh of Shri Nityanand Prabhu, and Shri Syamananda, he is the Avesh of Shri Advaitacharya. So carrying all the works that was written mainly in Vrindavan, mostly the things was written in Sri Vrindavan. Yeah, because Shat Goswami, they have come in Vrindavan and they reside in Vrindavan and they accomplished all the granths here. But in Odisha, in Bengal, those granthas not reached so far, and nobody knows that. So to make the persons living there acquainted to these granths, they carried these granths, and the person who is storing this granth, at last he also became the spreader of them, and he promoted them, those granths there. So in Brahmapur, the prince, what was his name? Yeah, Hamid. Hamid. So he has stolen those granths, and then he was ordered by Sri Mahaprabhu that you release this granth, and he released, and Sri Srivas Pandit and Sri Narottam Thakur both became very, very much happy getting that they have refound those granths. So, and today is Saubhagya Purnima, and it is considered that if Sri Krishna will make Shringar of her lover, then she will get very, very much Saubhagya and good fortune. And Sri Rahani and Sri Chandravali ji both are in competition that first Shringar should be of mine. Shri Krishna performed Shringar of mine. So it is described in Shri Vidagdha Madhav Natak. So Shri Krishna ordered, suggested Shri Madhumangal, Ahar Gauri Tire Tire, Ahar Gauri Tirthe, Tatra Viranta Michami, Padmavalamb Kareya, Priya Padmavalambinya. So this was a puzzle, a pahili. And in Sanket, Shri Krishna was saying that Ahar Gauri Tire, Priya, just carry Priya to Gauri Tirth, and there I want to meet her. That means Shri Radharani. Actually, Shri Krishna has ordered, said this to Shri Madhumangal, but the order was not very much clear. So, Padmavalamb Kareya, Priya Padmavalambinya. So, who has taken the Padma, the lotus in his hand, and Padmavalambinya, and who also have the association with Padma means Shri Lalita. So Shri Krishna was saying that Padmini Nayaka Shri Lalita. So you carry Shri Radhika, but Madhumangal became confused hearing the name of Padma. So she carried Shri Chandravali. And while Shri Krishna bought Chandravali, so first he was thinking that it is that she is Shri Radhika, but soon he rectifies himself and says, no, she is not Radhika, she is Padmavali, and Shri Krishna behaved to her as if, as she, actually she is Padmavali. In this way she behaves with her. And even then, sometimes he had the tongue slip, and he addresses him as Radha. And Then he rectifies him, correct him. No, I was saying of Dhara, not Radha. So, but Chandravali knows that she is not interested in me, and he has very much intention to meet Shri Radha. So, in that way, Chandravali ji left that place. And then Shri Madhumangal, Shri Krishna has given two letters, two things. By vocally, he has ordered Shri Madhumangal that Ahar Gauri Tirthe, you take Shri Radharani to Gauri Tirthe. But he was confused and he carried Shri Chandravali there. And he gave one letter, Shri Krishna gave one letter to hand over it to Shri Lalita ji. And that letter was Taya Mukti Gire Panav Mama Tuchhi Padasthiti Nidhiyatam Adhirakshi Raj Dhatu Parichada. So 8 letters are there. Ragi Dhatu Parichada. These are 8 letters. And it is a puzzle where he says that Toya Mukti Gi Re. So leave the Gi and Re. And Tu and Cha. A Pa and Da. So 6 letters are removed. Then in that verse, 2 letters are rest. And that those letters are Radha. So, Tuchhe Pada Sthiti. So, Taya Mukti Gire, Taya Mukti Gire Dhatu, Mama Tuchhe Padasthiti. Nidhitam Adhirakshi, Ragi Dhatu Parichada. So, Ra and Dha. Two letters are right and 6 letters was deleted. So it was a puzzle, and Shri Lalita immediately understood that Shri Krishna is requiring Shri Radha. And then Shri Radha comes there, and Shri Krishna ornamenting Shri Radha gives he offers the garland to Shri Radharani, and Radharani became that much Saubhagyavati. So Saubhagya Purnima. So that is it. So today is Saubhagya Purnima, and the Radha Kund was also Prakati Divas. The incarnation, incarnation of Shri Radha Kund was on the very day. So that is not the Kartik. That is not that. So actually, it is and on Kartik, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami has re-innovated Shri Radha. So that is a other thing, and other persons to get some or to get their Vaishnavi, they took. The local persons, they took Snan there, but actually it is Vasanti Ras is today. Chaitra Purnima is the day of Vasanti Ras. So Ras is of 2 types or 3 types. Sometimes Vasanti Ras, sometimes Shardiya Ras. So that Sharad Purnima is Shardiya Ras, autumn. And this is of spring. So Vasanti Ras. So this is Vasanti Ras date. And today, everywhere, Shri Raslila is also, the Shri Krishna is performed Raslila in Shri Bhavanasara in the Vishnu.
So today is
So yes, Badmanji.
Yes.
Raslila.
Yes, of Radha.
Appearance of Radha Kund as well as Chaitri Purnima, Ras Purnima, Today is Ras Purnima, of Basanti Ras, Visheshus.
Which the Mahaprabhu discovered at home? Is that on Knowledge?
No, that was-
No, Sri Raghunath Goswami has re-annotated that. No, Mahaprabhu also. Mahaprabhu discovered that and pointed out that this is the same place that is described in Quran as Radhakund. So Mahaprabhu has notified that this place is Radhakund. It was only a field of rice at that time. But Sri Mahaprabhu took bath, took bathing in that, bath in that, and she has taken the achman of that and said that this is Radhakund. So Mahaprabhu just notified and discovered that place, and he made that this is the very place. So that is, but Shri Mahaprabhu, after that, Shri Raghunath Goswami came, he resided in the bank of Shri Radhakund, and then gathering, collecting all Brijvasi, gathering all them, taking the assistance of all them, he made the Radhakund and prepared it, re-renovated, and that re-renovation was completed on that this time. So that is the on that date. That means whole Ashtami of Krishna. Agoi Ashtami. Agoi Ashtami.
It was today night where Radhakund manifested because Arishtasura was killed in the evening. So
Yes. Arishtasura was killed in the morning. And in the noon, Shri Radhakund was prepared. And after that, Shri Radha, all thieves, those was presented at that time, all thieves who appeared in the Shri Krishna Kund. Then Shri Radharani, at the time of evening, in night, Shri Radharani ordered them and they entered, and Shri Radhakund was also filled with that Tirtha Jal. So that is. So previously water was not in Radhakund, and then Shri from Krishna Kund, whole Tirtha from the Patal and other places appeared in that Shri Radhakund, in Krishna Kund, and then while they prayed, Shri Radharani, Tatakarshasi Mam Kripakatakshavarinam Makeshwari Krishwari, then Shri Radharani allowed him, and then they caught the feet of Shri Radharani, Radharani ki Jai, saying this, and they rushed to from Krishna Kund to Radha. So that is the Prakati of Shri Radhakund was in the night. But Arishtasura was killed in the morning time, while Shri Krishna is going to milk cows at that time. And in Madhyana Milan, Shri Krishna suggested Shri Radharani to create the kund, and the Shri Radharani with his Bengal taking, and he created with Sakina, he created the kund of Shri Radhakund. And in night, while at the time of Maharaja, Basanti Ras, at that time Shri Radhakund was also appeared. So
the meeting start is Tangan Kund. Middle part is Kangan Kund.
Yes, Kangan Kund, in that Radha Kund, the middle part of Radha Kund is Kangan Kund. So that is.
हमारे कभी भी दूध का धारा भी उसमें दिखाई देता है.
हाँ, दूध की धारा दिखाई. अच्छा, जब उस समय अभी उद्धार हुआ था, while the water was removed there, then I also saw there. Which it is a round one, just a bell. Is there? Yeah. So very good. So this day is very full of joy and anand. Today, Chaitra Purnima, Saubhagya Purnima, it is Rasa Purnima, it is incarnation of Sri Radha Kund, it is the incarnation of Sri Syamananda Prabhu. So many events are related to this day. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Shri Ras Mahotsav ki jai. Shri Mohan Lal ki jai. Shri Bhavanasara Sangraha ki jai. Shri Govind jai jai. Gopal jai jai. Govind jai jai. Radha Raman Hari Govind jai jai.
Radha Raman Hari Govind jai.
Govind jai jai. Gopal jai jai.
Govind jai jai. Gopal
Radha Raman Hari Govind jai jai.
Radha Raman Hari Govind jai.
Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Purana Purushottamaya. Om Jayati Parashara Sunu. Satyavati Hridaya Nandano Vyaso Yasyasya Kamalgaltam. Vagmaya Mamatam Jagat Pevati Vishwasarga Visargad Navalakshan Lakshatam. Shri Krishna Kshampar Muham Jagadham Namamitat. Narayan Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tatu Jayanti Rai. Shri Radha Pranabandho Charan Kamalayor Ke Shishadhigamya Ya Sadhya Prem Seva Brij Charit Parai Gar Lolya Kalabhya Sasya Prapta Yayam Tam Pratyat Madhana Mansi Massevam Bhavyam Ragadhya Panthai Brijmanu Chaltam Naitikam Tasya Nomi Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Pattanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. He Shri Sanatana Prabhu Karunamborashe, He Rup Durgat Janai Kadayavalopo, He Bhakti Ugmu Sumate Raghunath Daso, Shri Jeev Me Kurut Mandamate Dayamitra, Bolo Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Sri Krsnadasa Tatapada is collecting the sar, essence of all bhavana. Those was seen, those was witnessed by Sri Rup Goswami Ji, Sanatana Goswami Ji, in Srimad Bhagavad, in Govind Lilambar, in Vishnu Chakravarti's Krishna Bhavanamrita, and Shri Krishna Kaumudi, and other various works. And he has selected very jewels, great jewels from those books, and joining them, he made a very beautiful garland from various things. So as a gardener chooses, plucks so many flowers from different plants, and he prepared a garland. In the same way, here Bhavanasara Sangraha. So in this Sangraha, this is a collection, and this collection is a Sar collection. Other collections are some all that collection of dress and ornaments and this and that. That collection are found in so many malls, but this collection is the greatest collection, and it is the Sar collection. So it is also a collection. So Bhavanasara Sangraha. So he is in this collection. Sri in Govindamrita he is describing. In Krishna Bhavanamrita he is describing from Krishna Bhavanamrita. So it is 22nd verse. We will start 22nd verse. 6th page. 21, yes. 21, yes. Pikashreni manojasya bhina vyakt panchakam alalap swaram taram kuhu riti muhur muhur. Pikashreni, the cuckoo, is making noise just like manojasya bhina evo, as it is a bhina of Kamdev, of Cupid. Vyakta Panchamam, and where the notes are Pancham. So Vyakta Panchamam, where the Pancham Swar is being is manifesting. Al-lap Swaram Taram, and Tar Swar, that means the peak Swar. Al-lapo, Sri Koel was singing. Kuhu iti muhurmuhu. Kuhu, kuhu. That means, oh, the resident of this whole world. Come on, here. So she is kuhu. She is inviting. Who means Avhan. Who means Prithvi. So you come and take shelter of Shri Radharani. So Pikashreni manojasya bhinevo. So it is Upma Alankar. Simile is there. The koel or cuckoo is just like the bina of Kamdev. So it is simile and very attractive and very ashirku. Vyakta Panchamam, who is manifesting the Pancham, that means Pancham Swar. So note is very high. Alap Swarantar. So Alap Swarantaram, and there she is taking the Alap, various Alap.
Improvised performance.
Yes. So improvise performance. I don't know. So the alap she is doing. So Rati Madhur Bipanchi Nad Bhangi Dadhana Madan Mad Bikuja Kant Parshve Nishanna Mudul Mukul Jala Swad Bispasht Kanthi Kalyati Sahakari Kakilin Kokilani. Kokilani, the line or the group of koel, cuckoo, is making swar, making sound, melody. Rati Madhuru Vipanchi Nad Bhangi Dadhana. Vipanchi is the bina of Sri Radhan. So previously he said that the swar of the sound of cuckoo is just like the bina of Kamdev. Now he is correcting it, not of Kamdev, but Rati Madhuru Vipanchi Nad. The Vipanchi is the bina of Sri Radharani. So it is similar to the bina Nad of Sri Radharani. Yes. Vipanchi is Radharani. Yes. So Rati Madhur. Yes. So Rati Madhur Vipanchi Nad Bhangi. So Bipanchi is the Veena of Sri Radharani. And Sri Radharani sometimes at the some moments, Sri Radharani also react, and her swar is always very, very sweet. And it is just like the Bipanchi swar. So Rati means the love for Sri Krishna. She always has love for Sri Krishna. So Rati Madhur Bipanchi. So as she is playing, Sri Radharani is playing Veena, and in that Veena, her heart is reflected. So Rati Madhur. So as the Rati is the Sthai Bhava of Shringar, and in that Shringar Rasa, the Sthai Bhava, this Bipanchi Nad is being, so his heart, his feelings are expressed in that Bipanchi Nad. So Rati Madhur Bipanchi Nad Bhangi Dadhana. Bhangi means the similarity. Nad Bhangi Dadhana. That means Shri Radhika, Bipanchi is, this koel is, cuckoos are having the similarity to that being. Madan Mad Bikujat Kant Parshvi Nikunja Nishanna. Madan Bikujat Kant Parshvi Nishanna. Shri Radharani and that koel also. Mad Bikujat Kant Parshvi. She is beside Sri Krishna. She is sitting beside Sri Krishna. And Mad Bikujat. And in Milan, at the time of that intimate meeting, Shri Radharani is Mad Bikujat is also making some very sweet noises. So Madan Mad Bikujat Kant Parshvi Nishanna, while she is embracing and she is sitting with Shri Madan Mohan, then whenever she speaks, it is very, very sweet, just like the cuckoo. And sometimes the Rasik Jan, to make that ras very secret, they describe it in suggestions. So, koel are there, cuckoos are there, actually saying that sakhis are there. So rather than saying clearly sakhi, they uses koel, kakali. So rather than saying that Shri Sakhigan, Lalita Vishakha are seeing Shri Radha Krishna, they say that Brahmar are seeing it. So Brahmar means the eyes of Sakhi, actually. So that is suggested. So in suggestion, they say in this thing. Sometimes they say that Brahmar are coming, or Kamal khil gayi. So the lotus are blooming. Actually, their faces are Kamal. So rather than saying the thing, they express it by some symbol and similar objects. So Upaman is used, not the Upme. So that is the main thing. And this is a way that Parokshavada Rishaya Paroksham Cha Mama Priyam. Always Rishigan expresses the thing in indirect way, rather than saying very direct. So Parokshavada. So here, Kakali, Kokalali, Kokalali is not actually the cuckoo. Kokalali is cuckoo as well as the gopis. Both are suggested by Kokalali. So Kokil Ali means Panti, the line of cuckoos. So they are making kakli. And mother Bikujat Kant Parshvi Nishinna. The koel is also, cuckoos are also making noise, as the Sri Priyaju, Sri Radharani is talking to Sri Shyamsundar. So her sweet sound is also, his voice is also very, very sweet. And in the same way, whatever Sri Priya is doing, the sound is also being manifested in the throat of Sakhigan also. So whatever is there, the reflection of that is also found in the Sakhigan. So Madan Mad, in the intoxication of that love, Bikujat Kant Parshve, Shri Radharani is making noise, very sweet noise. And that means she is talking to Shri Shyamsundar. And Nishanna, she is also sitting beside Shri Krishna. Murdal Mukul Jala Swad Vispashta Kanthi. And those koel are Murdal Mukul Jal. Very beautiful buds. And those cuckoos are eating, consuming those buds. And due to that, Vispashta Kanthi, their throat is became very, very much clear as well as sweet. So there is no disturbance of any cough or any other thing. So Vispashta Kanthi, their sweet, their throat is very much clear. Kalyati Sahakari, Kakli Kokilali. So, as Shri Priya is speaking to Shri Shyamsundar, having conversation with Shri Shyamsundar, this kokil is always matching to the sound of Shri Radharani, and she is giving the assistance to maintain the notes same. So these koel are also doing seva in speech. So in this way, the notes are the scale and notes are the same as of Sri Sakhigan. So they maintain as a singer is singing and the Tanpura gives the notes. So that maintain the notes and the pitch of the sound. In the same way, here the Shri Koel, these are also assisting Shri Sakhigan. And Sakhigan in this way, Sakhigan is also Koel or Sakhigan. They are also assisting Shri Radharani, and Shri Radharani and all the Sakhi are speaking in as the sweetness, as it is so sweet as the sweetness of the cuckoos are found. So Rati Madhur Vipanchi, while Shri Radhika is having love, or she always had love with Shri Shyamsundar. So Rati, and she expresses Vipanchi Nag. She plays the Vipanchi Veena. In the same way, her throat is also very sweet. And as Shri Veena is sweet, in the same way, the Sakhigan are also sweet. So Sakhigan are also having talking and whispering to each other. And at that time, their sweetness is also, the sweetness of their voice is also very, very sweet. So Mother Bikuja, Kant Parshve Nishanna, they are also talking to each other, and Shri Radharani is sitting beside Shri Krishna. And Bikuja, she is also making noise. Murdal Jala Swad Vispashta Kanthi, as this koel has consumed the Murdal Mukul, very beautiful birds. They have eaten it. So their kanthi is much more became much more sweeter. Kalyate sahakari. In this way, they are giving the assistance and maintaining the pitch and the notes of the swar of Sri Radharani. So they are helping in the maintenance of the notes. Takali, kokilali. So this koel is also speaking. So here every is Sakhi. These koel are also Sakhi. Everything is Sakhi. Sakhi bina ehi rase pushti nahi aur. Everything in Nikunj is having the Sakhi bhav.
What does the Panchika, the word mean? Yeah, but what it means?
Vipanchi is the name of the Veena that is played by Sri Radha.
Madhumati is also a Veena.
Madhumati and Vipanchi both are. Madhumati is also and Vipanchi is also. And the sometimes they have so many Veena. The name of so many Veenas are different. As Narad has Atodhi Veena, Sri Radharani has Vipanchi. Sometimes Sri Radharani and Sri Krishna, while they are playing the gambling at that time in Pasha Kriya, they wet Sri Krishna wet her Banshi and Sri Radharani bets his Vipanchi. Mehdi Vipanchi, both are. So Mehdi Vipanchi. So these are also. Vipanchi is also a Veena of Saraswati. Sometimes it is described as Saraswati also.
इनका प्रश्न था कि पंची का मतलब अर्थ क्या होगा?
विशिष्ट पंचम स्वर. That is having the a special pitch. Pancham sir, Vipanchi. The notes are very higher. So that can play very high. The Vipanchi. So Madhurat Vipanchi. Nada Bhangi Tadhana. Vidrapi Gopi Dhrita Dharmacharya Lajya Mrigi Man Brikeshwa Marshi Kapot Bhutkar Mishen Shanke Garjatyam Kam Taraksha Raja. So now he is describing the some Gopi is describing, some Sakhi is describing. Oh Sakhi, just listen the sound of a kapot or a pigeon. So kapot bhutkar mishem. So kapot is doing in this way. Kapot is bhutkar. Is doing Gutkar. So, in this way, Kapot is doing this. So, this Kapot, this sound of Kapot is similar to Taraksha Raja as a line. Taraksha Raja. And while the Taraksha Raja, that means a sing, a line, is roaring. Not roaring, but he is making noise. Not roaring. So he is just making noise. In the same way, the kapot is doing bhutkar. So only by noise of a sing as Vidrapya Gopi, Dhriti Dharmacharya. The other little creature of the forest escapes, seeing the roaring of a sea, of a lion. So Gopi, the metaphor is Gopi Dhriti. The dhairya, patience of Gopi is just like a little teeny creatures, animals of the forest. And dharmacharya, dhriti dharmacharya, the patience in following, performing dharma, that is just like a teeny rabbits and other little animals. And hearing the roaring of a lion as those teeny animals escapes, in the same way, the Gopi has left their dhairya and dharmacharya. Gopis has left their dharmacharya. So Vidrapi Gopi, shyness, yes. Shyness and the patience in dharma or the affection toward their duties. So they have left everything. All do and don'ts, they have left these things. And Lajja Mrigi. So seeing, hearing the roaring of a scene as a Mrigi, as a she deer, also escapes. In the same way, the Sakhigan and all gopis who are present there in Nikunj Mandir at that time, their lajja is also escaped. So seeing the roaring of a sea as a mrigi is mrigi escapes, in the same way, fleets in the same way, here lajja mrigi is also fleeting, fleeting. Yes, flee. Yeah, flee. Yes. So she is going. And man brakeshu amarshi, as a lion, the roaring of lion makes a brook, a jackal away from there, because before a lion, jackal cannot be there, a brook cannot be there. So in the man, Abhiman, or Shri, the crookiness of Sri Radharani does not remains. Seeing the at this time Sri Radharani is not having man bhav, the bhav of man. So man brika amarshi, he is angry for man brika. Kapot bhutkar mishen sanke. So in this way, as a kapot, the bhutkar of kapot, the sound of a pigeon is garjatyam, kam taraksharajaha. The kam, that means the attraction towards Sri Krishna. So Krishna Preeti is just like a taraksharajaha, a great line. And its effect is so that as the roaring of a lion makes the other teeny animals escape from there, the Lajja Mrigi runs away immediately, and the jackals are also escaped from that place. In the same way, the dhairya, patience is gone of gopis, lajja is gone of gopis. Lajja is just like murgi, patience is just like the teeny rabbits and other, and abhiman or man, the prudness of Sri Radharani, that is just like a jackal. So they all are gone. So very, very beautiful rupak or metaphor is used here. Kapot, bhutkar mishayam, the Kamdev is now is just like a loin, and as a loin makes a roaring. In the same way, the kapot is here. Peasant is also all is speaking, making noise. Yeah? Mish means bahana, just like in mish mein bahane se excuse. So in the excuse of the noise of a peasant. So mission mein bahane se, just like to it. Yes. राधा धैर्य धरा धरो धृति विधौ के ने समर्था बिना कृष्णम कृष्ण सुमत कुंजर बशी कारे प्यलम श्रृंखला अन्या का वृषभानुजा में बिना धन्याम अतीवाद्रता के का किम समुधीरयन्ति शिखनः स्तौ बोधयन्तः प्रगे. Now the peacocks are making noise ke ka ke ka ke ka ke ka ke ka. In this way, the peacocks are making noise, and it means ke and ka. So they are as if they are asking that who are just like Sri Radhika and Krishna. So the question is Radha dhairya dhara dharo dhriti vidhau ke samartha. Somebody may ask, so one peacock is asking and the other peacock is answering. The asking peacock is asking that Radha dhairya dhara dhar, the patience of Sri Radhika is just like Govardhan, Dharadhar. That means a mount. So patience of Sri Radhika is so fun and so big, as if it is a mount, Dharadhar.
Patience of pride.
Radha.
Pride or patience?
No, patience. Dhairya. Dhairya. Patience. Udhriti vidhau. So who can lift this mount of patience? So who is competent to lift this mount of patience of Sri Radhika? And the answer is Sri Krishna. Only Sri Krishna can lift and remove the patience of Sri Radha. And he can lift this patience on his finger. Yes. So K Samartha. So K, this question is the explanation of this illustration of this question is K Samartha. That means nobody is Samartha, and the answer comes that only Shri Krishna can remove the patience of Sri Radha. Bina Krishna. Ke Bina Krishna. Without Krishna, who are able, who are competent to remove this. Yes, except Krishna. Yes, who accept Krishna is can remove this. Krishna Sumat Kunjar Bashi Kare Pyalam Shrinkhala. Just tell me, this is a puzzle. Just tell me that Shri Krishna is Sumat Kunjar, is a made elephant. Nobody can check. Uncheckable made elephant. Sumat Kunjar. Bashi Kare Pyalam Shrinkhala. To bind him, to control him, who has such a chain, who is such a chain that can check that elephant. And the answer is Anyaka Prishubhanujam. Shri Prishubhanuja is only who is, she is just like the chain who can check Shri Krishna. So Vishwanujam ihi bina, without Vishwan, except Sri Radharani, nobody can check this mad elephant. Dhanyam ativadrata. Keka. Just batao, just tell me. Who can check this elephant and who can lift the mount of the patience. So, dhanyam ativa adrata. Keka, batao, who are they? Kim samudriyante shikhna. Tau bodhyanta prage. I think the Kavi is saying, the poet is saying that Kim Samudriyanti. So in the sound of K-ka, this is the question that is these Shikhinah, these peacocks are expressing. Samudriyanti, they are expressing. Bodhyanta prage, as if they are Bodhyantaha, they are teaching to we persons that without Sri Krishna, except Sri Krishna and except Sri Radhika, this prem cannot be described in any way, in other way. Without Radha Krishna, nowhere this type of prem is manifested. That is a special thing with Sri Radha and Krishna. Very fine. So, Radha dhairya dharo dhriti vidhau, to lift the patience, amount of patience of Sri Radhika. Are any other persons? Are any other person is competent? Samarth? So the answer is Bina Krishna. Without Krishna, nobody is competent. And Sumat Kunjar Bashi Kare Pelam Shrinkhala, which is the chain that can check a mad elephant. So answer is Ka Vishwanujam ihi bina. Without Vishwanuja, nobody is competent. Nobody is able to check it. Dhanyam ativadrata. And who are dhanya? Those are respecting these both Sri Radha and Krishna. The answer is Keka, who is competent and who is dhanya. So the answer is that they are Sakhiga. In this way, Samyedarante Sakhinaha, by speaking Keka, 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 in this way, these Shikhinaha, these peacocks are continuously reciting Keka. Tau Bodhyanta Prake, as if they are Bodhyantaha, they are teaching to us, and simultaneously they are awaking Sri Priyalal. That this is the time to awake. So you got awakened. So this is the time. So both Tau Bodhyantaha, they are teaching to us as well as they are teaching to Sri, and Abodhyantaha, they are making Sri Radha Krishna also, that you get arised. Bodhyanta Prage, that means they are singing in this way. Prage, that means they are singing. And now, the description of a kukut, murga, cock,
Rooster.
Rooster, yes.
Rooster.
Yes. So, rooster. So, cuckoo. So, Rishva Dirgha Pul, The kukut is also saying Hraswa Dirgha Plut. Ku, it is Hraswa. The double time is Ku. And Ku. So while one is calling a person who is at far, then the Plut is used. In this way. Ku, ku, ku. So every swar has three swar. Hraswa Dirgha Plut. So, and this is the imitation of the swar of a kukut, murga. So, Hraswa Dirgha Plutai, Hraswa Dirgha Plut. Kuku, ku, 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 ku. It is swaram. Kukuto Pepathat. This kuku is reading this. Pratar Vedabhyasi Baturiyatha. As in the morning, a Vedabhyasi Batu speaks in the same way, they are also speaking in this way. Hraswa Dirgha Plut. So the ku this time is Hraswa. Ku, this is double. And ku, this is triple. So that is. Atha Paksham Kalkalai Prabodhita Prabodhitau Tau. In this way, by the kalkal, by the sound of words, Prabodhitau Tau, Sri Radha and Krishna both was evoking. Mitho Avidil Jagaram Tada. Even then, they are not seeing that the other person is awoken or not. They get awoken themselves, but they do not know that the other person is awoken still or not. Shri Krishna is thinking that Shri Radhika is still sleeping, and Shri Radhika is thinking that Shri Krishna is still sleeping. They are afraid that the closest embracement will be, the embracing will be Vibhanga Kataram, will be finished now. So they do not want to leave that embracing. Kapaten Milit Drishav. So even then, they still by kapat, they false are closing their eyes, not opening their eyes, because as soon as the other person will recognize that the Shri Radhika or Shri Krishna, any one of them is awoken, then they have to untie their embracing.
They are pretending.
So yeah, so kapaten means Drishav. Falsely they are closing their eyes, avatishtatam, and they are just having and realizing the sweetness of one's alingan, embracing. So atapaksham kalkali pravodhita. Kalkalai, this is the imitation of the sound on mutpuya. So it does not kalkal, this swar, they are pravodhita. Mitho avidit jagaram tada. Though they are not knowing that the other person is evoking or not, nivid uvan vibhanga kataram, because they know that if both are evoking, then they have to be separate. So they are very much afraid of being separate. So kapaten milit drishav avatishtatam. So himself or herself, they are closing their eyes and still they are embracing to each other, as if they are sleeping, but they are not sleeping. Yeah. So seeing this and Shri, so just having some movement even, then they again embraces each other. So Vrindeng Tagya Savichakshana Shukaha Shuko Yatha Bhagavatarth Kovidah Daksha Prabodhe Jagatam Prabhoditi Premas Paratwanupamaha Samabhyadha. Vrinda Ingitagya Savichakshana Shuka. There is a Shuk, parrot, who is Bichakshana, whose name is Bichakshana. And that Shuk is just like Shukdev. Shuko Yatha Bhagavatarth Kovida. So he is also Bhagavatarth Kovid, Shri Shukmuni. So that Shuk is just like Shri Shukmuni. And Daksha Prabodhi. So there are two Shuks are there. One is Bichakshana and other is Daksha. Daksha Bichakshana. These two Shuk are there. So Daksha Prabodhi. That Shuk, Daksha Shuk is very much clever in awakening Shri Priyalal. Prabhu. Premaspadatvanupamaha samabhyadha. So they got their name very exact according to their actions, according to their qualities. So premaspadatvam, they are premaspad. They having the qualities of prem. Or anupamaha samabhyadha. And they are anupam. They are matchless. Nobody is according to them. So they are matchless. Anupamaha samabhyadha. And premaspadatvam, as they are premaspad, and their name is Bichakshana and Daksha. So what is the meaning of Bichakshana? Same qualities he bears, and the quality of Daksha. So the meaning of Daksha, same quality he bears. The Daksha bears the same qualities. That means he is very much clever and he is very much skillful. So both Bichakshana and Daksha.
So Bichakshana is for Sukadev.
Both are just like Shukdev.
Oh.
Just like Shukdev. And Bichakshana is just like mainly Shukdev. Bhagavatarth Kovida.
We heard always that Sukadev is the parrot of Radharani.
Yes.
So
Yes.
both are Sukadev.
Yes, both are Shuk. Both are Shuk. And in the Ras, the Shuk is there, standing on the hand of Sri Radharani, and she is seeing, and whatever she is seeing, she is reciting it. Jayas Narashesh Vishesh Vaidushi Nishnash Gopish Jana Lochanamrita Pran Priya Prem Dhuni Matangajo Swamadhuri Plavit Lok Samhote. And they started praying Shri Bichakshana and Daksha. They started to pray Shri Radha Krishna. So Bichakshana is saying to Shri Krishna, addressing Shri Krishna, Jai, you are the supreme. Sarvot Karshena Vartate iti Jaya. You are standing on the epitome of everything. So Jai, Sarvot Karsh. Smarashesh Vishesh, Smar, that means prem. The all Vaidushi, all skillness and intelligence of love. You are Nishnat, you are very much perfect in all ways of love. So Ashesh Vilas Vaidushi, all practices of Vilas, you are Nishna, you are clever in them, you are perfect in them. Gopi Jan Lochanamrita, O Shri Krishna, you are Gopi Jan Lochanamrita. You are a nectar in the eyes of Gopi. And the Daksha then started and pray Shri Krishna. This was the Bishop Vichakshan, and now Daksha is saying, Prana Priya Prem Dhuni Matangaja. Oh, Prana Priya, Shri Radhika. Prem Dhuni Matangaja. Shri Radhika is just like a river. And you are a Matangaj. You are a elephant. As a elephant, met elephant takes and plays in the river. In the same way, Shri beauty of Shri Radhika, you are always relishing it. So the Jal Kriya of a Hathi is very much famous. The playing in water of Hathi is very beautiful and very famous. In the same way, Shri Radhika is a Nadi, is a river of Anand, and you are playing in that. So you are just like a Matangaj, a Hathi. So Prana Priya Prem Dhuni Matangaj. Swamadhuri Plavit Lok Samhati. Swamadhuri, in your madhuri, in the sweetness of your Plavit Lok Samhati, you are just making everyone dipped in that sweetness.
Inundated.
Yes. So Swamadhuri Plavit Lok Samhati. Lok Samhati means Samu. Lok Samhati means the group of persons, you are making them dipped in this Swamadhuri Samhati. So Jayasmara Ashesh Vishesh Vaishudhi Nishna, as a Vichakshana is mainly examines the Vichakshanata, cleverness. So here it is said, he is describing the Vichakshanata, cleverness of Sri Krishna. And the Daksha's cleverness and Vichakshana is the skill. So both are, the description of both are different. One is oriented to the cleverness, and others description is based on and oriented to the skillness. So skillness and cleverness, both are different. So Vichakshana is skillness and Daksha is expert. Yes.
Daksha,
Cleverness.
skillful Daksha and Vichaksha.
Yes.
Vichakshana. Daksha is expert.
Daksha and Vichakshana. Vichakshana is skill and Daksha is clever. So one is describing skillness and the other is the cleverness. So Prana Priya Prem Dhuni Matangaja Swamadhuri Pravit Lok Samha Priya Dhara Swad Sukhe Namajasi Prabuddha se Netyu Uchitam Rasambudhi Rinseya Virunsa Revate Kinchadhuneyam Kshanadakshanam Yati Priya Dhara Swad Sukhe Namajasi. Oh, you are still dipped in the sweetness of the nectar of Shri Swamini, Shri Radhika. Priya Adhar. The lips of, nectar of lips of Shri Radhika. Priya Adhar Swad Sukhe Nimajjasi. You are still dipped in. Purbuddhi says, no, you are not evoking. Iti uchitam. That is quite correct. Because the sweetness is so great that nobody can, a person like you cannot leave it. So the sweetness is so great that a person like you cannot leave it. So Prabhupada say, no, iti uchitam, because you are rasambudhi. You are the ocean of rasa. So you are always dipped in the sukh, in the joy of relishing the nectar of lips of Sri Radharani. Priyadhar adhar aswad sukhe nimajjasi. Purbuddha says no, not evoking still, because it is uchitam rasambudhe. As you are rasambudhe, so it is very much prompt to you. Rinsu tayam, rinsu evate. Because rinsu tayam, you want to have milan with Sri Radharani. So rinsu tayam, rinsu, that means milan ichha. Rinsu tayam, birinsu ev, vishishta ramana ichu evati. Rinsata means the desire to have the company, milan, Vishnu Radhika. So that is Ririnsu. Sun and U, Sun Pratyaya and U Pratyaya, it shows the desire. Bubhuksha, that means the desire of eating. Pipasa, that means desire of drinking. As a Ririnsa, the desire of meeting. So Ririnsa. So Ririnsa Tayam. In Ririnsu, that means a desire of meeting. Birinsu evate. You are Birinsu. That means Vishishta Ramana Ichu. So you are Birinsu. You are Vishishta Ramana Ichu. Kinchadhanayam Kshanada Kshanam Vyati. But just see, Adhanayam Kshanada. Now this Ratri is Kshanam Vyati. Kshanam, now this Ratri is going to, intended to stop that Kshan, that Anand. Kshan means Anand. So now this Ratri is being getting over, getting finished. So now it want to stop that Kshan. Kshan means Anand. So Adhunayam, at this time, Kshanada means this Ratri, Kshanam Dhyati, is cutting the Kshan. That means the stream of that joy. Dhyati avakhandani. So that is to cut. So Kshanam Dhyati, it is now prepared to cut, stop that Anand. Priyadhara swada sukhe nimajjasi. So you are still dipped in the aswad, in the sweetness of the lips of Sri Radharani. And Prabhupada said, no, you are not evoking uchitam. That is quite correct. That is proper. Because rasambudhi, as you are rasambudhi, you are the ocean of ras. Rinsatayam, though you have the desire of Raman, even then, Birinsuhu, you are Vishishta Raman Ichuk. That means continuously you want to relish that sukh. So, Rinsu evate, kinch adhana. But this is a drawback, that now this Kshanada, this Ratri is going to Kshanam Dhyati, is going to cut this continuation of joy. Kshanam Dhyati. Jahi Nidram, Shlatayop Guhanam, Burja Pratishtha, Suraram Prabho Bhavo, Pratar Babhuvan Saraswa Chaturi, Prachand Kamatva Mathori Ripuru, Jahi Nidram. Now you leave this sleeping. Shlathayopu Guhanam. Now you untie the ties of your hands, arms. So Shlathay Upuguhanam. Shlathay means untie, Upuguhanam, that means embracing. Burjam Pratishtha. Now go to bridge. Now proceed to bridge. Because Shri Yashoda, Nanda, all Brijvasi are waiting. So, Brija Pratishtha. Go to bridge. Asuram Asuraram Bhava Prabhu. Asuraram, that means get conscious. Asu means pran. Asuraram means who have the pran. That means all your limbs or your senses should be now come in action. Asuraram. So asuraram means use all limbs and senses. So asuraram prabho bhava. So asuraram means jagrato bhava. You get evoking. Pratar babhuva. The pratakal is now has presented. Anusara swachaturi. Now you accept your chaturi. Anusara swachaturi. Your cleverness. You show your cleverness. Swachaturi. Prachanna kamatva mathuri kuru. And now you should accept the prachanna kamatvam, paramountness. So far, Sri Krishna is in Sri Nikunja Mandir. He is Paramasvi. And as soon as he will come out of Nikunja, then he will accept the feeling of Upapati. Upati bhav. So that Upati bhav. So while they are in Yogpit, there is no difference between Nimbar and Shri Gauri. They both serves in Yogpit that Sri Radha Krishna is neither Swakiya nor Parikiya, they are Paramasviya. They are not different. As Shakti and Shaktiman are not different. In the same way, Sri Radha and Krishna both are not different. But in Leela, while they come out of Sri Nikunja, they immediately get this feeling that there is hindrances. Shri, I am Upapati, and Shri Radhika is a Parkiya. So, Elendrens, Parkiya. Adulteress, yes, Parkiya. Paramount or adulteress. So yes.
Adulteress was heen bhav.
Yes. So that's Parkiya. So that comes.
You're saying when they embrace and they wake up, they are afraid to go apart.
Yes, sir.
Do they already have an understanding, or we have to be separated? Because
No. That is in natural way, because Sakhi will come. So that shyness is not due to the hindrances of dharma or the social status. That is a very, very natural, because Sakhi will come and they should not see us in this one position, in embrace position. They should, so that is a normal way. That is the way of a print. But here, while they went in Gokul or Nandagam, there are hindrances and this prachanna kamakatva. Prachanna kamakatva, that means that adulterousness or the paramountness. Yes. So that is Parkiya bhav or Uppati bhav that now you accept it. And that always increases the affection toward their love. So as much hindrances are there the attraction increases so much. So the Parkiya Bhav or hindrances, that is also a cause of love. That is not only a way of manifesting love, but that is the cause of all love. So both things. One, Parkiya Bhav, somebody says that Parkiya Bhav only expresses the love. But some says, no, it is not the manifestation only. It is also a factor of love. So being factor is another thing, and being manifester is another thing. So that is the one example can be given, that a heavy monkey just looms on a pillar of a iron pillar, and he bend it. Then a little tiny monkey has so much power that he has bended the rod or this pillar or this girder. So the bending of that girder or that pillar is not the cause factor of the monkey's power. Monkey already has power.
Yes.
It is only manifested. The power is only manifested. That is not the cause. But Vishnu Chakravarti says, no, it creates also. Jiva Goswami says that it is the Gyapak.
Yes.
But Vishnu says that it is Gyapak as well as the factor, as is the Karan. Gyapak and Karan, both are. So because if the hindrances are there, then the flow increases. If in rocket, the hole is very little, then the rocket will go onward. So that gives the gati, speed to that rocket.
Yes.
So hindrance always creates gati, increases the speed. That is not only a manifester. So in the same way, while the hindrances are there, obstacles are there, those obstacles also create and boost the speed of the love. So that those are the factors, those are the components of that prem, and they are the as well as they are manifested. But not only manifested, they are also cause. So Jai Brijanand Nanda Cheta Payodh Piyush Mayuk Dev Goshtari Goshteshwari Punyalata Pasuno Prahai Gayai Dhunusavandhun. And at last they are saying Jai Brijanand. Oh Brijanandan, you are the cause of Anand of Brij. Nanda Cheta Payodhi Piyush Mayuk. The heart of Sri Nanda Baba is a Payodhi, is a ocean. And you are Piyush Mayuk. You are Piyush Mayuk Chandrama, whose rays are always bestow the nectar. So Amrit Kiran is the name of Chandrama. So you are the Chandrama of Sri Nandachit. Hey Dev, always shining. Goshteshwari Punyalata Prasuna. Goshteshwari Sri Yashoda and Punyalata Prasun. You are Punyalata Prasun. You are a flower of the creeper of Sri Yashoda. Prahai Gehai. Now you go, proceed to Geh. Dhinu Swabandhun. And now Dhinu means Ananda. make happy your bandhu, your all persons. Jai Radha. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Now the prarthana will start. Jai Gokul.
महाराज जी जैसे जिनको साईं पाठ कहते हैं कि वो कारण नहीं है, सिर्फ ज्ञापक है, और श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर कहते हैं कि जो बारे मानते हैं वो
ज्ञापक भी है और कारण भी, दोनों
कहते हैं
दोनों।
हम किसकी माने?
विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती जी की ज्यादा भक्त कर सुनते
अच्छा जी,
विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती जी, क्योंकि तर्क बिल्कुल ठीक है। माने ये कहना नहीं है, माने वो दृष्टांत अपनी जगह ठीक है कि हाथी में ताकत थी और उसने एक बड़ी भारी थिक दीवार को भी कहीं टक्कर मार करके गिरा दिया। हाथी की ताकत दिख नहीं रही थी, परंतु जब दीवार गिरी तो दीवार गिरने से उसकी ताकत दिखी, परंतु दीवार गिराना उसकी ताकत का कारण नहीं। While he is bending the rod, that is not the cause, that is not the factor of his strength. That is only manifestation of his strength.
yes,
But the second example, that is of a rocket, or the second examination, that from one boat, the person is coming to another boat, the action against reaction is being done. So that is the cause. If a person will jump, then the boat will come faster. And if he gently goes to one place to other place, then boat will just move. So that is the speed is due to the resistance. The flow of a river is flowing in the field, that will not create electricity. But if it is resisted, then it will create yes. Then, and if it is making stopped, they are checked, and very little portion is left. Then, while water will come, that will be much more powerful. So, Parkiya Bhav is Karan, actually Karan. So it is admissible that that is actually Karan.
When they're in yoga, then that time is Srimati Radharani, she manifested Madhunakya Mahabhav.
Yes.
In that situation.
Yes, yes, of course. Madhunakya Mahabhav is a Sanyog Bhav, but it does not mean that she is now thinking herself as a paramount. Because at that time she is always forgetting that other than this Nikunja, there is a other world also. She is forgetting.
So in Nikunj she may see an inanimate object.
Yes.
And glorify the...
Yes. So while we will also enter in Nikunj Mandir, we will enter in Nikunj Mandir. Then there we will serve Sri Radha Krishna and think that he is the supreme and no hindrances is there, and we will serve Sri Radha Krishna. But as soon as they will come out, then there is the need to increase it. So in Nikunja Mandir, in Yogpith, the entrance of Jatla, Kutla, Abhimanyu Gop is not found. In Nikunja Mandir, in Yogpith, there is no presence of Jatla, Kutla and other persons. Even Sakhagar.
Not even thought of that.
Yes.
No.
So in Nikunja Mandir, no other person than that person, that book is found.
And no idea of them also.
Yes, they do not remember him, no idea. And while Sri Kakhati Badaria, that monkey, will remind them, then they will get that idea. At that time, they are so dipped in the sweetness that they do not remember anything.
But Daksha and the other parents are giving some idea now.
Pardon?
Daksh and Vichakshan.
Yes, Dakshan Vichakshan.
Giving some
Yes,
idea.
yes. This is they are also giving. But while they are having, so Dakshan Vichakshan is just giving that he is saying that you are the bud of, you are the flower of Sri Yashoda. So in this way, they are also giving some idea.
But they don't listen.
But Shri Krishna is listening, but that is not Virodhi. That will boost their feelings. And now, as it is the introduction, they are introducing to go preparing. This is the preparation to go to enter in the other ras. So that should be taken as a preparation of entering in other ras. So while they are in Madhur ras, in Madhur ras, no other bhav is there. They are so deeply involved in that Madhur bhav that no other bhav is coming that. Sometimes it was reminded, then the bhav comes.
In this context, it's like similar when telling Vrindavan. The other sampradayas also saying in the puja, like no thinking, nothing else. Like
Yes, that's
like,
right.
Like
Even then,
or Radha
no, that's right. Even then, this idea always increases the love. Otherwise, the monotonousness will come there, and the increasement of love will not be found. So, somebody says that Sri Jiva Goswami describes that in Prakat Leela is there is Parkiya Bhav, but in Nikunja Leela, in Golok, there is Swakiya Bhav, but that is not correct. That is not also correct. In Golok, Parkiya Bhav is also there, because the prem is always increasing, going up and up. And if there is no Parkiya Bhav, then that Bhav will be not very much effective. So that will be also just like Samanjasa Bhav. So not Samartha Bhav. So in Golok as well as in Vrindavan, or both places, the Parkiya Bhav is there. But while Sri Radha Krishna is meeting, then it should not be considered that the Parkiya Bhav registers their love, the intensity of love. Because sometimes they say, unless there is a meeting of Sri Radha Krishna, the love is not fulfilled. And it will always have the thirst and thirst and thirst. That will not be relishable. So, Birha is not finally relishable, because it has the hindrances. So the completion, the completeness and perfectness of love is always in Milan. And by Parkiya Bhav, there is hindrances. So due to that, love is not getting perfection. So they say that there should not be Parkiya Bhav. And we also accept this, that while in the intimate moments, Sri Priyalal is getting, they are have only oriented to Sri Krishna is oriented in Sri Radharani, Radharani is oriented in Sri Krishna, and Sakhis are oriented in Sri Yugal. And they are not thinking less than other thing, less than that thing, the other things. But that is only a sthiti only, and gati is always end in sthiti. Gati is not the supreme. Gati ki sthiti nahi hai. So most required thing is Shri Priyalal are getting Milan. So speed is always has a destination. Gati sthiti. So that Milan is the sthiti, but that is not the finish. That is not the end of love. Immediately, a hindrances come. Hindrance is just bovine, cultivated there, and due to that cultivation, they again get much more interest, and there they get the process. So it is always going and going up and up, uptight. So that also comes there. So the meeting is now we have get the meeting, we have seen the meeting, and that's all. Nothing is rest than it. To remove this idea, again, Leela Shakti implies
The Parikya.
the Parikya Bhav.
So speed is always increasing.
Yes, yes.
And then meeting becomes more realizable.
Yes. So though in Nitya Vihar also, the hunger as well as the food, if both things are simultaneously achieved, then the eating, the consumption will be joyful. If any one of them is absent, then the consumption will not be joyful.
Yes.
So one type of hunger is also there. Even then, the direct hunger
Yes.
should be there,
Yes.
and the direct hunger will increase if there is Parikya Bhav.
Is there in the courtyard this conception of Nitya Vihar there also?
Yes, 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 yes.
This is the
Yes, yes, yes. In Nitya Vihar also, they also, because in Nukunj Mandir, they are not, they are, first they will go in Mahavani. It is also described that Sakhigan, Manjirigan arose in their kunj, and they rushes to see Sri Asta-kaliya-lila, Mangala-lila. So they are also in courtyard, or they are also, they are sleeping, or all Sakhi are also sleeping in courtyard, as well as sometimes their own kunj.
Like Manjari is also.
So Manjaris also have their song.
Manjari is also.
Yes.
Yeah, Radha Raman. Niruban, Yoga P. No Radha Raman. My house is no Radha Raman. Yoga P.
So the tasting of prem in Karma Suya, this is the highest form of Sambhog.
No, not that. Actually, it is increasing there, but Paramasya gives a satisfaction, and but that satisfaction is, I accept that Paramasya gives a satisfaction to us, that it is the epitome. Even then, it is not the limit. It should be limitless, unlimited. So for unlimitedness of love, it should be very much temporary. And to increase the love and have the opportunity to get it increased, we have to accept it, its paramount finishness. So that is also there, but that is at last the gati is always in the sthiti. Even then, that is not the final. But only they want to say, Sri Rupa Goswami, Vishnu Ji Goswami Ji, Vishnu Chakravarti Ji, all body of Vaishnava want to say that it should not be. There is a possibility that while the gati, the speed is reached in the destination, then it should be stopped. But they want to have this aspect that destination is not the final destination. That also has the possibilities to be increased. Yes.
Unlimited.
And so one cannot deny that there is no parkya, because parkya bhav always pushes the idea. So they have the gati is in the sthiti. There is this is right, but that is not the final destination. That also has the possibilities of being increased. So that is the difference between the Rukmani Prem and the Prem of Sri Radhika. In Rukmani Prem, the gati reaches while in sthiti, in stability, that becomes the final. But here it is not final. Possibilities is also always.
So when there's Sutu Prabhas and then Samirimat Sambo, the Paramasphere that comes there, is that more intense than the Paramasphere during regular meeting?
Yes, of course. Though Paramasphere is established there, Paramasphere is established there, but that Paramasphere also have the desire of being paramount. And while Sri Radha Krishna returns to Sri Vrindavan from Kurukshetra, then the same routine is started, is resumed again, and they have the resistance, they have the hindrances, they have the shyness. So one hindrance is due to shyness, one hindrance is due to the aesthetic senses, one hindrance is due to the Dharma Shastra. So these all things are due to the Dharma. So three types of hindrances are there. Natural hindrances by shyness, and it is the shobha, it is the way of Naika. She is shyful. The other hindrance is due to the social sandachana, social concepts. And the other is due to Dharma Shastra. So, due to hindrance, it is always proceeding. It is not stable. Otherwise, the gati will be stable in the sthiti, in the destination. So, destination is not the finish. That is, destination is always a stop while he is forgetting only other things. The other things are forgotten. Hindrances are forgotten at that time, but hindrances are not removed. It should be considered in this way. The hindrance is only forgotten. They are postponed only. They are postponed only, but they are not removed. They are not melted. So that is the way.
Jai Shri Radha.
Maharaj, today is Madhav Mahotsav.
Yes, today is
Madhav Mahotsav.
Madan Mahotsav. Madan Mahotsav.
Because I got a list.
Yes.
Before you can be heard of this. I'm being At
9 o'clock was the Mahotsav.
Jai 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 Krishna.
Many understand today.